Right, good. I've worked through that. I am actually sending this out to my YouTube channel, my Rosboundy profile, my Rosboundy page, mytimetv.live, those three on Facebook, and also to the Soulpreneurs app. So I'm giving that a test again just to see how the RTMP works. So for those who do have that downloaded, or I'll put the link to that app in the comments later so you can have a try of the Soulpreneurs app, where I have the Lenormand card spreads there as well now. Trying it out. We'll see. I've got to be able to work out how it all works as well. So now let me say hello to Caitlin. Bring your comment up. Lovely to see your beautiful face. And hello to Michaela. It's lovely to have you here too as well. And we will probably have some more comments coming in on the stream really quickly, because that's how it happens. But what we're here for is the Daily Lenormand card spread reading, and I am Rosboundy Psychic Medium. And for those who are new here, it is a general card spread reading. It isn't one of those sessions where you get free little card pulls and things. It's a card spread that I use every morning. You connect to your spiritual guidance and you open yourself to the messages that are coming in for you, specifically for your life circumstances and what you know is happening in your life. And good morning, Rena. And bring in that is relevant for you. So connect it so that you can learn and grow from each card, from the spread in general, from whatever other signs and symbols that you're gaining from Spirit as you're moving through your life today. Oops. And I forgot to send out the copies of the photos of the spread this morning yet. So let's just whiz over to the cards and you can have a perusal whilst I just finished doing that first step, because I do have the cards there ready to go. Oh, no, I don't have them ready to go. So I took the photo and didn't do the edits. We'll do that later. So then you can actually put the, have the time later to actually look at the cards without having to go through a video. Okay, now I'll get my here we've got my Apple pencil. Here we've got the Owl cards. I usually start with the Owl card reading first. So here it is. There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. And isn't this a beautiful card? I loved it pulling this one out this morning. It's gorgeous. Let's focus it. Look at those gorgeous little faces. I love owls, you can tell. Well, you should be able to, you can't see them in the background here. I haven't got the right angle. We are using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck, Sarah Marchetti Expanded Edition. So that's that one. And we've got Sue here as well right now. Good morning, Sue. You're just driving to work. Do make sure you're concentrating on your driving. But it's lovely to be able to have the voice in the background, isn't it, to explain things, and you can at least connect that later. And I am a busy person. Well, yes, and probably getting busier later as well. Well, today I have got a busy day. The mornings are always busy getting this organised. Yep. So what we have is the 5 cards. The heart is in the home space, right? The stars are in the workspace. We have the compass in the unexpected, and we did have the compass yesterday. So we've got the compass in the unexpected, and our role today is the mice. That yeah, that represents us. So that's our role. And then we've got the well is the outcome. So that's the 5 cards and what each of those spaces are: home, work, unexpected, your role, and outcome. But I do read them a little bit loosely, as in I do like to take the center card as being a bit of a pivot with some of the stories as we move through what the meanings are. The heart it's an obvious one. It is that is love, the unconditional love, all things connected with, whether it's relationships, whether it's just loving what you do. We've got it here in that home space. So it's really um, in its essence of what is home. Home is where the heart is. So, and the heart is with the home today. So really have that sense of focus on what you love about your home, the people who are with you within it, and all those things that you do consider as being a home. Your home. And good morning, Sandra. A very interesting spread, isn't it? I still haven't actually had a close look at it because I don't study it before coming on live. I don't look at them at all really until I speak with you right now. And sometimes it's why I probably hesitate, because I'm still getting the feel of what the interpretation of the card feels for me today, for what Spirit's actually bringing in or channeling in as that meaning. As you know, I do intuitive reading. That's how I do it. I don't go to a guidebook that's in the box, so to speak. So what I am actually seeing here, it really is that real central, above the heart shape itself. That's that we recognize as a heart symbolically, because our heart itself physically in our body is not that shape. So, of course, we're symbolizing this with that beautiful design, that gorgeous red color, that what I'm it's just that light that's right in the center of this, that it is making that. I mean, we've got 3 different depictions of a heart, symbolic heart here. It's the red one. It is that the shape of the 2 swans together is making on the inside and the outer edge of what this shape is. It's all the hearts. It's really bringing forward that is the beating feeling, how it goes in and out, in and out. Even our pulsing heart does that. Well, you'd hope so, because it's how we're alive. It's how we're sitting in front of you now. We've got that pulsing. And what I'm seeing, the central part of that, it is the spirit within us that is creating that desire to continue onward with a pumping heart, whichever way yours is pumping, it's still that pumping heart. It's the pulse of life. The home is where the heart is, it's bringing that into your day fully, and the awareness of that continuity of life, and feeling the love. Love itself is an emotion. It's a feeling, but it's also an emotion. It's how we actually experience those things that we're moving through with other people in our day, or even just us with the things that are around us. So understand what it's meaning for you as you're shifting each and every moment in the present moment through your day to day. What is this love meaning for me? So, and the heart basis behind it. So, good morning, Sarah. Lovely to have you here. And we did have the stars in yesterday's card spread as well, I think, from memory. It was down, I can't quite remember, but it's in the workspace today. So, it might be an interesting thing if you're into astrology to actually do a chart on, or look up a chart on your business or your workspace when you started work in your location, and find out what is the actual natal chart for that, or event chart. I'm not sure what you call it. But we have got things that are planned in our work for today. The stars really do show up that is the blueprint for the day in some regards. How detailed do you want to know everything? you can delve fairly deeply when you're looking at astrology, but we can look very deeply into that cosmic, that space, that when we're looking on a clear night into the realms that is the cosmic energies and the actual physical star patterns that we might have on a beautiful clear night, we can imagine that we are seeing into the light. Who knows how far it is really, and I don't think even science knows, but we can imagine ourselves, and we do see the sparkly stars and almost wish upon a star, but it's like what is, what can be. And I think that's what it's showing us today with the stars in our workspace. So bring in that sort of sense of wondering, I think, what is next, but also being able to focus on one or the other or something for the time and then move to the next that you see. So it is almost that glittery glow of, and putting that focus there, it is shining out to us what is next. So even if you don't have a standard operating procedure, or you don't have a task list or a checklist or a tick box or any, things like that, I think it's just trusting what your intuition is telling you is the next focus, next step for what is in your stars for your workspace today. And Sarah, you're saying that that's your dad, the stars, his heavenly birthday's this Sunday on the 16th. Oh, that's wonderful. It is wonderful to have those loved ones that we can remember the events of what was their lifetime forever, really. We don't forget. We don't have that. Now, I'm just going to shift this with a little bit of a, I'm hoping it works. No, it doesn't. Not like that. Okay, let me go down back to what was the naught. I am pressing buttons, people. I'm just going to have to shift this so that we can see what number it is. The compass, pretty sure that was here yesterday, so it's still following a bit of a trend. For today, the workspace is more around the stars and seeing even further what direction we're being given. But in those unexpected moments through our day-to-day, we will still have that compass directing us. Now, the compass is working from magnetic poles that are Mother Earth's guidance system. So we are being grounded back into what is the more direct, earthy, grounded aspect of direction. But it certainly is still going to connect us to what is that is more esoteric in a sense, but yeah, not, and it's not even wishful thinking. I'm trying to think of the right word. The possibilities, all of that. So bring that sense in when you feel it, that you're needing to actually stand still for a minute and recalibrate. So that's pretty much what the compass is giving us some direction for, I think. And it is to do with direction and staying on a pathway. So it is going to help us keep focused. So you're not going to keep looking at the next shiny one. You'll keep focused for what is needed to be done and then move onwards. Our role here is to have that awareness. The mice is it's a bit of an awareness thing of we have the abundance around us. Like there's so many different resources we can tap into from within ourselves, that sometimes it's a bit hard to know which is next to try out. I mean, I look at the mice card and I sort of think, oh yay, so much to try. And what's coming up in my mind is those church luncheon functions that I remember as a child, and everyone brought their plate and you had so much variety of what to eat, what to share with others, and there's so many different people to chatter with and kids to play with. We had lots of kids in our church group at that point in time, and this is going back to the 60s, 70s. So 1960s, 70s, not 18s. So what we've got here is just the choice within us, what we're next going to feast on or use, and without stealing it from other people, without stealing it from some other area of ourself. I think because this is our role, this is only what's within us. So I think it's having that care and attention to, instead of running ourselves so ragged thin that we are actually taking our time and using the right resource. I think that's what our awareness is for today in the mice card here. And that's confirmed, I think, because we've got the well. The well is the resource of all that you need. It's that more outer aspect of asking for help if you need it, or putting in that bucket so that you can bring up what is needed next. You don't have to actually have everything laid out at once. It is using what your resources are at the right time, and leaving it where it is until that is needed, and having the the knowing of when to bring it forth, that skill or technique or whatever. But it's also that, as far as an outcome goes, I do consider that this is, we've got that beautiful glowing light there again too, the nice warmth and groundedness of a sunshine in this one, where that one there does look more like the stars on each side, doesn't it? We've got all different light forms here in this one row. And by the end of our evening, whether that is a sunrise or a sunset, that we can know in our day it's been a fullness of using what we need to from our well of resources. And that as we sleep, we are actually replenishing and renewing and allowing that to refill, so that we're never going to run out. What we need is always going to be there in that well. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling as I'm seeing this spread. You were going to say, gee, you look good for your age. That's in reference to my saying 1800s. I think I do look good for my age. Feel confident in who you are as you're moving through your day, that at each step of the way you are going to have what you need, as far as the tasks you're wanting to do, as far as that fulfilling your day from that loving center that is your heart, that is that soul connection with your heart, that is also going to be, your spiritual connection, whether you connect with your angels or whether you connect with a spiritual guidance specifically, or even animal spirit guidance. There's so many different ways that we can really be in touch with that inner who we are. And that's, we've got a well of it. It's a never-ending well, so it never empties. So, so there we go. Now, what's this comment? Let me have a look. Don't think you do look good for your age. Oh, yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thinking brings reality. It's interesting when you can start to tap into what is thought, what is our brain doing? The brain is only the physical part of thought. Where is the source of that? It's the heart. Where's the source of the heart? Spirit. It really does become a life of wonderment and wonderful adventure when you start to move into that inner realm of, and it's just so hard to explain without actually being in that process, isn't it? And so many people, the evidence of so many people that aren't really tapping into it, they just have no awareness, have no knowledge of, and yet given the breath, time to breathe, allowing themselves the time to breathe and sit and just think the right thoughts to understand more. It's interesting. It's a whole plethora of stuff, isn't it, that happens in our lives to bring us to where we are right now. And thank you, Michaela. And thank you, Rena. And I'm not going to keep waffling. So thank you, Sarah. Beautiful, perfect day, isn't it? And it's looking like a bit of rain coming in a minute. So I might have to go and get some clothes off the line. Glass has good wine in it and the cellar is full. Oh, I like that. I do like that. And I have got a lot of good wine here somewhere. Thank you for the reminder. And it's enjoyment of life as each moment moves forward, isn't it? And the cellar is full. I like that. Right. So like when you found the 5-cent piece, yeah, you instantly said the amen and thank you, even without thinking. And that is exactly right. It is that knowing and connection that we have with our spiritual essence, with our inner self, with all that is, and our understanding, and keep growing it, keep learning. Life is an adventure, and keep being the best you that you can be. So I'm going to leave it there, and namaste until tomorrow morning. I do have Friday's chat and cards and stuff on tonight. That'll be 7:30. Pretty much the same channels, probably adding Leanne's. She's expecting to be able to come on tonight, but we just never know with the family situation that she's in with Tara's health, etc. All things. I think she might be able to be on tonight. It'd be exciting. It's been a while. So, and certainly you can connect with me on, and I'm just going to put that there. I'll put my Boundy one, not the psychic, online, and I'll just put the shop link there if you want a more detailed reading too. I keep forgetting to mention that. I do readings on a private level. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.